Okay, so welcome. Hello, everyone. This is Fern McField of the Green Mountain Druid Order and School based here in Worcester, Vermont. Happy summer. And I wanted to just introduce a very special ceremony that happened on the 20th, Saturday, as we always do at the Earth Clock in Burlington, Vermont. We had our ceremony, and it was for Solstice, but it was for a lot more than Solstice. With so much going on in the world right now, we really wanted to do a ceremony that had a lot to do with Black Lives Matter and has to do with cleansing us elementally of the old story in order to then build up a healing brew for the new earth that we're creating together. And so we've never done a live stream before, and it went pretty well, we think. You can be the judge of that. But yeah, so I just want to say that I unfortunately got sick right before the ceremony after co-writing it with my colleague Carolyn. And so I wasn't able to be present for the first time since we've been doing these ceremonies since 2006, which was sad, but also it was fine. It was appropriate and wonderful to get to witness my Druid community step up in such a beautiful way. And so I want to just shout out to Carolyn Hooper, who took the reins and really held the heart of the ceremony, and Hannah Mitchell, who was the priestess for the Bardic ritual. I want to also acknowledge Melanie, Mark, Mariko, Lisa, Austa, Steve, and Autumn, all of whom held space for this to happen. My gratitude and love goes out to all of you and everyone who helped make this happen. And yeah, so we hope that you enjoy it. You can set up at home an elemental altar if you want, but you can also be very simple in your setup. But just take part in the best way that you can. It's a little bit over an hour, I think, and I hope you enjoy it. Many blessings for the solstice time, and together we're creating a new and better and more just world. Blessed be.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Burlington Earth Clock, Summer Solstice 2020. We're doing this online, first time ever. We're here to bring you this sacred ceremony for Summer Solstice. The goal, idea, and intention, opening our hearts, connecting with the earth, connecting with the rhythms and cycles of nature, and allowing ourselves to feel and see the web of love that is surrounding this earth and this planet right at this very moment. So I ask you all to settle in, burn some sage, light a candle, open your heart, and ground down with us as we do Summer Solstice. This is the Burlington Earth Clock in Burlington, Vermont, and it's a combination of a calendar, a compass, and a clock. We designed and built it with the idea that as you settle in and recognize the rhythms and cycles of nature, you feel inner peace. From inner peace comes inner strength, and from that ripples out to peace and understanding on the planet. We are very, let's see, the way this works, if you see these 5 stones on this side, and you stand in the center of the circle, they show you where the sun sets during the course of the year. So in the winter solstice, it sets on the far left and makes its way across. This is summer solstice, and tonight the sun is going to set right on top of that stone. So some of you may decide to come down and check that out. We'll probably have pictures for that too. We are grateful that we have this opportunity. We're grateful for all of our blessings that have brought us here today. And thank you for joining us. We will process to the lake in a bit and bless the waters of the planet. And I encourage you to have your own water to bless, your own fire, your own air, and your own earth, so that you can relate to these elements in your own life. And now I would like to turn it over to the Green Mountain Druid Order. Thank you.
Welcome. Here we are, it's summer solstice. On behalf of the Green Mountain Druid Order, staff and students, we are happy to present with David Brizendine of the Earth Clock, our summer solstice ceremony 2020. The wounds of injustice are running deep in our earth right now, deep in our world, to our bodies, oppression, violence, brutalities to our bodies, to each other, to the other than human, to cultures, to whole peoples, to the earth herself. With this summer solstice ceremony, we have an opportunity to shift that energy. We have an opportunity to take a theme of transformation, of moving and shifting the grief and deep anger and feelings that we have, and move them into a transformational way to seed a new earth, a new beginning, a new future, using the elements, using the sun, and using the healing powers of the water. So I ask you also to settle in. We're grateful for your support in this new way of doing things. And without further ado, we will begin our ceremony with the Bardic ritual.
To begin, let us root down so that our roots can hold hands. Dear Goddess, dear gods, dear ancestors and spirits of this land, ancestors of our bloods, spirit of Dreamland and of Ivan, we call to you this day. We ask for your blessing upon this solar summer solstice ceremony. May we honor you with the energy and work that we create together today. Together, let us say the vow that unites us all. I vow by peace and love to stand, heart to heart and hand in hand, to heal ourselves and heal the earth, and bring the sacred into birth. Let us enliven this circle by toning 3 all winds, harmonious and cascading. May peace enter this circle, for without peace, no work can be.
May there be peace in the north. May there be peace in the east. May there be peace in the south. May there be peace in the west. May there be peace throughout the whole world.
Let us now welcome the four directions starting in east,
With the blessings of the hawk of dawn that flies high in the clear blue skies, we welcome into the circle the powers and energies of the East. Hail and welcome East!
Hail and welcome East!
With the blessings of the great stag in the heat of the chase, in the sacred fire that burns at the center of the sun, we welcome into our circle the powers of South. Hail and welcome South!
hail and welcome south.
With the blessings of the salmon of wisdom who swims in the deep, clear pool waters of life, we welcome into our circle the powers of West. Hail and welcome West!
Hail and welcome west.
With the blessings of the great bear in the starry heavens and of the fertile earth, we welcome into the center the powers of North. Hail and welcome North!
Hail
and welcome North!
Let the elements come now and bless this circle.
With air, we focus on clearing, purification, and new beginnings.
Let the circle be cast.
here we are at the heart of our ceremony in tumultuous times. Injustice, oppression to people, to the planet. We have a great opportunity with fire of transformation and waters of healing to turn that around. And today what we'd like to do with our ceremony is to acknowledge the pain, acknowledge the grief, create a way to transform it, turn it around, and envision it into a new future. So we have 4 parts to our ceremony today, and you're welcome to join in every part of this. The first part, we are going to be feeling and acknowledging into the grief and the oppression, and we're going to try and cleanse that energy, not because we're trying to wash anything away, but because we want to use that raw and potent power to turn it around as an ally for change. The second part is to create with our elements a brew, a healing brew that we can share out with the web and with the healing waters. The third part is we typically honor the lake at this time of solstice ceremony. This year we're going to honor the sun as well. We're going to ask the sun to infuse our healing brew with its rich and amazing powers so it can amplify it. And then the fourth part is we are going to share that healing brew with the standing stones of the circle as representative of the web of creation, and then we will process down to the waters. So there's deep injustice right now. There's deep wounds. There's deep grief. Collective, accumulated grief, anger, all kinds of raw emotions. Not just what's collected, but because of things that are happening right now in our face, every day being repeated as we witnessed it. It's raw, it's potent, it hurts, and it can be overwhelming, and it can make us stuck. And we don't know what to do. There's anger, there's rage, there's shame, there's grief, there's confusion, there's all kinds of emotions that come along with the injustices that we are seeing in our time, feeling in our bodies. We want to take our elements, earth, air, fire, and water. They have the power to help us shift and cleanse that energy so we can transform it back to recharge, back to healing power. So what I'd like you to do is take a moment and just settle into your body. Close your eyes and see if you can tap into that feeling of grief. See if you can tap into the raw emotions of what's happening in the world, perhaps what's happened to you. Tap into those uncomfortable feelings. And then at the same time, you're going to envision, as the elements come forward, you're going to envision bathing with that element, allowing it to absorb that raw energy, to cleanse, to shift, to soften the wounds, to soften the bonds. And we're going to collect that energy. So go ahead, settle in, close your eyes, feel that power, and we're going to start with the element of air.
With air, we focus on purification, clearing, and new beginnings. Imagine yourself being bathed by this healing air, perhaps immersing yourself in the smoke, perhaps feeling it blowing over you, perhaps standing and feeling the cleansing and purifying of the smudge. Ask air to receive your pain and your grief. Acknowledge to air the anguish of all who have suffered injustice and oppression in body, mind, in spirit, in life, including the earth. Allow the air to activate your sense of smell, your access to memory, to music as sound vibrating through the airwaves. Allow air to vibrate through your cells. Breathe fully into your lungs and ponder the mystery of this ocean of air in which we are immersed, and consider how delicate and precious it is. How delicate and precious we all are. May the healing properties of air sharpen my mind and help me to find my voice and speak my truth and express my grief and pain and keep me enlivened and aware of injustice and oppression whenever and wherever it shows up.
With the element of fire, we honor passion, creation, destruction, and transformation. Imagine yourself stepping into the purity of fire, perhaps feeling it in your core, your heart. Ask the sacred fire to receive your pain, your grief. Acknowledge this fire, the anguish of all who have suffered injustice and oppression in body, in mind, in spirit, in life, including the anguish of the earth herself. Ask this sacred flame to help transform that which no longer serves. Memories, aspects of self, inherited ancestral traumas, elements of the individual, of the collective. This flame is sacred, pure, with infinite potential. May this fire in my soul renew me. May it ignite within me the passion, the courage and will to fight for justice, to speak my truth, and be a warrior for the earth and for love. May this flame burn away those things that no longer serve me, that obstruct my path to my higher self, so that I may be vibrant in my mind, body, and spirit.
With water, we focus on emotions and flow. Imagine yourself bathing in these healing waters, perhaps immersing yourself, perhaps pouring it over yourself, perhaps standing under a waterfall. Ask the water to receive your pain and your grief. Acknowledge to the water the anguish of all who have suffered injustice and oppression in body, in mind, in spirit, in life, including the anguish of the earth. Many of us carry bloodlines of both oppressors and oppressed. Allow the healing waters to also bathe your blood, washing through the legacies that have come down to us through our ancestors. Ask the water to receive your tears. May the properties of these healing waters wash over my body, cleansing the wounds of my injustice, and softening and balancing the raw emotions of grief, transforming it into new understandings, letting it flow forth in expressions of compassion, love, and gratitude for the value of all life.
On healing and renewal. Imagine yourself cleansed by the healing earth, perhaps covering yourself, sprinkling it over yourself, or perhaps fully immersing yourself deep within a cave. Ask the earth to receive your pain and your grief. Acknowledge to the earth the anguish of all who have suffered injustice and oppression in body, in mind, in spirit, in life, including the anguish of the earth. Many of us are just beginning to awaken and recognize suffering in one another, in the earth, and in our culture. Whether this is an awareness that is just beginning or one that has been growing within you, allow the earth to ground your thoughts solidly in order to continue to work for what is right and to become a better ancestor. Ask the earth to receive the grief and pain caused by oppression and injustice. May the properties of the healing earth help me continue to awaken and cleanse the wounds of my brothers and sisters and Gaia, creating a new sense of justice, transforming pain into beauty, letting my surrender flow forth through the act of listening with intent, and to change and heal the wounds that run deep in the veins of the earth and the people who walk upon it.
So these elements, they've absorbed a lot of heavy energy. As they cleanse us, they take in that energy. We have another task we're going to ask of them now, because in this next part we want to recharge. We want to recharge the elements so that we can start. The cleansing is what begins the transformational process. And once we can begin that process of transformation, now we're going to take these elements and we're going to recharge them with two things. We're going to recharge them with our own healing energy that we have found from cleansing, and we are going to recharge them with our visions of a new future. And once we have done that, those elements are going to go into the water in the center and begin the process of creating a healing and magical brew for all of creation. So once again, settle yourself in. Close your eyes. Take a moment. Can you feel in your body any changes from the cleansing process? And as you find and as you focus on the element and listen to the words, think of your visions of a new future.
Breathe your love and sense of renewal back into the air. Joining the collective recharging of air's power for the healing work of our world. At the same time, envision into the air your picture of the healed future, the new better. May the air of the new better in our world be pure and vital, cleansed and healed of pollution and toxicity, receiving abundant oxygen supplies from countless vibrant, healthy trees and plants, available to all as the breath of life, connecting all beings, hearing and sharing all prayers, clearing the way for new beginnings and certain.
Pour your love and your sense of renewal back into the water. Joining the collective recharging of water's power for the healing work of our world. At the same time, envision into the water your picture of the new future, the healed future, a new way of being for all. May the waters of the new future in our world flow freely, cleanse and heal the pollution and greed, available to all as the waters of life, connecting all beings, hearing and sharing all prayers. May the legacies of our ancestors be transformed and become a spring of continual renewal, wisdom, and well-being from which all can drink.
of renewal back into this earth. Joining the collective recharging of Earth's power for the healing work of our world. At the same time, envision into the earth your picture of the new future, the healed future, the new better. May the earth of the new healed future of our world cleanse and heal us from our pain, injustice, pollution, and greed, connecting all beings through transformation and love. May the legacies of our ancestors be transformed and made stable and grounded in wisdom, peace, and harmony from which all beings can thrive.
Recharged elements. We have added the ingredients to our special brew. The transformation is starting. The magic is starting. The healing is starting. But we want to take some time and we want to infuse this with beyond the new visions, we want to infuse it with the power of the sun. Praise to the sun! Typically at this time of year, we honor the waters of the lake. We bless the lake. But this time we want to take a moment to honor the sun, the all-giving one from which we constantly receive, and we want to give back. So we're going to take some time to honor the sun, and then we're going to ask it to pour its powers into this, its recharge powers into our healing brew, to amplify the energy of it before we share. To the sacred sun for its power.
I am grateful to the sun for its sense of transformation.
I am grateful to the sacred sun for its passion.
I am grateful to the sacred sun for life.
I am grateful to the sacred sun for its radiance.
I am grateful for the sacred sun for its unity.
Grateful to the sacred sun for its inspiration.
Feel the sun come through your eyelids. Feel the radiance fill your body. Moving in and out with your breath. Breathe in the power of the sun. Breathe in the radiance of the sun, the life, the healing, the transformation. Bring it into your body. Bring it into your breath. And on the count of 3, we will send our sun-infused, sun-enriched, sun-transforming breath into the healing brew. 1, 2, 3. Now that's some magic. Now we have an opportunity to take this element-filled, vision-filled, sun-inspired, sun-transforming brew and share it with the world. Share it with the web of creation. Share it with the waters of life that connect all of us and all beings. Take a moment, breathe in the power, breathe in the space.
Let's sing together now. I'm going to go through one time and I invite everyone at home to join in. We are the rising sun. We are the change. We are what our eyes and our ears have gained. Let us say farewell to the four directions, starting in north.
With the blessings of the great bear in the starry heavens and of the fertile earth, we thank the powers of north for joining us in our circle. Hail and farewell, north.
Hail and farewell, North.
With the blessings of the salmon of wisdom, who swims in the deep, clear pool waters of life, we thank and bid farewell to the powers of west. Hail and farewell, west.
Hail and farewell, west.
With the blessings of the great stag in the heat of the chase, in the sacred fire that burns at the center of the sun, we thank the powers of south for being so present with us in this ceremony today. Hail and farewell, south.
Hail and farewell, south.
With the blessings of the hawk of dawn that flies high in the clear blue skies of the planet, we thank you for being so strongly in our presence today. Hail and farewell, east.
Hail and farewell, east. May the harmony of our lands be complete. Let us ground back in our roots to hold hands. Dear goddess, dear gods, dear ancestors of this land, ancestors of our bloods, we honor you and we thank you for being with us here so strongly today. May we take this energy and this work that we create together and will we share it with the world. Now together, let us recite a Druid's prayer of peace, and you'll repeat after me. Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace.
Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace.
Quietly, in the silence of the grove, may I share peace.
Quietly, within the silence of the grove, may I share peace.
Gently, in the greater circle of humankind, may I radiate peace.
Gently, within the greater circle of humankind, may I radiate peace.
Now let's close down this circle with 3 harmonious cascading all winds. Let the circle be uncast.
The circle is uncast.
It is done.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
On behalf of the Green Mountain Druid Order, I'm Carolyn Hooper. I want to thank our staff. I want to thank our students. I want to thank all of you who have been here with us. Please Take your voice, take your recharging, take your cleansing, take your transformation, move it out into the world. Speak when it needs to be spoken, act when you need to act. Be wise allies, and may we all go forth in peace into a new future. Blessed be.
We can't vote.